Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Slavic Showdown, the final round. I am Squawk, and I am joined by my dear friend who, if he wants to introduce himself, he's more than welcome to.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bias. Happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, it's going to be an exciting final round here. We're going to go ahead and get the players prepped out. We got a good galaxy this time. If you remember from our last round, the random generation really slammed them both together, and we got some decent action early on. Both players at this point, after two competitive matches, have become very adaptive to each other. The first round being an absolute hail mary from our dear friend Bleflar. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to secure the win, and Tio got the first round. Second round, Blef came back with some very decent adaptations and was able to outmaneuver, outbuild, and outplay, all in all, Tio in the second round. So this third round really ought to be interesting, where we should be seeing a final level of adaptation and hopefully some high octane action.
Agreed. Although I don't think that's in question when it comes to these two
True
players.
enough. True enough. These two, I mean, we've mentioned it plenty of time. They don't shake, and they're desperate for action.
Oh, yeah. So, Squawk, I do need to ask. I was fortunate enough to talk to Blef extensively about his plan before the first game. After the first game, I talked to him a little bit more, and I also talked to Tio about his game plan going into the second game. I have not talked to either player about this game whatsoever, so I am completely blind going into as to what their game plans might be. Do you have any insights for what could potentially be the game plan for either player going into this final match?
To be honest, last couple of times I did talk to Tio a little bit, but this time Tio has really been on the back burner. He's really been kind of isolated from the server. He hasn't been doing much. In my mind, he's kind of doing the Tibetan monk up in the mountains, studying, praying, fighting, training, kind of mentality. I've only just seen him come out of the woodworks today, so I think I. But Tio's game plan has always been rather interesting in that he's kind of let Blef lead the match and then he kind of adapts around it. So I'm kind of
Yeah, yeah.
curious. I'm kind of curious if he's going to put the forward foot and kind of set the pace for today's match.
Agreed.
Um, Blef, I think, is probably going to be the most interesting case here. I don't think he necessarily needs to change his game plan too much, because I mean, if it's working, don't change it,
Yeah.
right? So it'll be interesting to see how everything pops. Of course, Blef is getting ready. He's making his initial starts. Okay,
All
we're
right.
gonna hit
Both
him with
players
the
ready.
GLHF, and we're gonna get started. All right, the start has been signaled. Everyone is on the move.
Let's see. And is his home planet's name still fucking Ohio? Gosh darn it. Tio. Ugh.
But it's not Sol.
It's not Saul.
It's not Sol. So we did. Oh my goodness! Look at all these planets that are around Tio. He's got a great
Look at
start here.
look at the ones that are around Bluff. He's got five. Granted, they're all various. I mean, he's got desert, tropical, arid, desert, and desert. Actually, wait, hold on. What's
Arid,
this?
tropical, desert.
All right, he's got three habit. I'm still hearing you going like, habitable
Sorry, I already
in my
apologized.
in my ear.
I'm trying to fix it. Let's see.
Oh no,
So
no way.
what?
Squawk, look at directly into the center of the galaxy.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah,
Are you
so
kidding me?
Soul 3 vibing in the heart of the universe, which is a very interesting choice. We also have another system here connected to a wormhole. Let's see. Interesting starting points. Now, Tio has an amazing defensive system here at Anawan. It also comes complete with some pre-FTLs, which are
Yes.
Ocean World. It doesn't really help him out
Ooh,
too much as far as available planets.
yeah.
But, that Ocean World is going to be a nice, solid defense system. There
Agreed.
are a lot of different ways that you can get into Bleff's empire, though. Let's see, I'm counting 2 so far, but also there are 4 different jumps into his empire, so he can easily get outmaneuvered if he's not careful.
So one of the things that I really like about these 1v1s is that it when it comes to intelligence, it's a lot like StarCraft, where you're not so in normal Stellaris games, you absolutely only want to have one in entry point and egress point because you're worried about what 6 other people might do. But for these 1v1 games, I honestly think that if you just have 3 to 4 different choke points, you're just as good because it's only one person that you need to worry about. And once you find them, you can kind of guess. Like Tio and Blef are over on the right side of the galaxy. So, I mean, okay. I say this, but in the last game, Tio went for the full galaxy hike in order to outflank Blef. But I honestly feel like that was a wasted front for both of them, honestly, because it never came into play. And when you're just that close, just go for the slugfest.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I honestly see that happening again this time. Not the outflank, but I honestly feel like both players are probably going to get big. I feel like both players are going to slug it out again. I don't think Blef, for all of his mental fortitude, I don't think Blef will go for the strap himself to a rocket and, you know, shoot himself at Tio for the final round.
Well, that is actually an interesting segue because both players have to deal with a significant amount of debuffs. Maybe you want to talk about it a bit?
Oh yes, I forgot. So players will notice, or viewers will notice that if you go over to either empire, they are playing the exact same empire, and it is called the Path of Pain. Now this is the discounted version because normally for the Path of Pain, you would also be having the Doomsday origin. So not only are you dealing with no civics, you have decent governmental ethics. It's not bad, but if Squawk, could you go over to the and show people the demographics for their empire and show the yep right there, and then all the way down at the bottom on the other menu that you pulled up.
Oh, demographics. Sorry, my
Yep,
bad.
right there.
Turn off. Jesus.
There you
Okay.
go. All negative traits. And it's not some negative traits, it's negative amenities, negative habitability, negative tradition, negative happiness, and negative pop growth speed, which are all very detrimental when it comes to playing an empire. Um, so this was actually something that Blef had me spar on. So I've done the original Path of Pain, which was the Doomsday Origin, and I've 1v1 Blef in order to get into his dojo and be mentored by him personally. And it was awful. It was the worst experience I have ever had. Not only dealing with a world dying, but also your pops are constantly unhappy. There's so much crime. Nothing is getting output at the levels that you would expect. You need 2 population for every 1 that you would normally need on something. It's awful. So this one's slightly bit better because you're not dealing with a world that's crumbling underneath you. But this is definitely going to be an interesting play because, oh my gosh, there's nothing positive about this build
Yeah,
whatsoever.
absolutely. Now, seeing as this is a make of Blef's design, do you think that Blef has a bit of an advantage having trained with this idea for multiple different years now?
I would say maybe, but I honestly I don't think so. I trained with Blef. I was able to pick it up on my first and second go. It's not really much of a difference between any other empire that you could get just stuck with. It's just you're gonna need to reframe your mental a little bit when you're looking up at those alloy counts at maybe like year 15 or year 30, and you're going, "What in the world is going on? Like this is not the output I'm used to." But I mean, the other player is dealing with the exact same thing, so I don't think. And then again, we've talked about this multiple times. Both players have the mental fortitude of a brick wall. So I don't think that'll shake Tio, and I honestly think he's a skilled enough player to where this shouldn't affect him at
Speaking
all.
of fucking mental fortitude, did you see the leader's title here
For which one?
for expendable?
For expendable. Government. It, Chief Rizzler.
Yeah, well, they're definitely comfortable enough to be making jokes. Blef being supreme leader
Okay.
and Expendable being Chief Rizzler.
Okay. He's got a. Is there like an admin thing where we can just blow him up and get this Ohio Chief Rizzler and not Soul? Like, come on.
That's absolutely hilarious. But speaking of Soul, Blef did find Soul.
I'm not surprised. It's 2 jumps away from his capital. That's just not fair.
I
You
regret
just-
being a Xenophile. Blef is renaming his star systems. He's having a great time. Both players seem rather comfortable right now. They seem they definitely got their plans and they're making jokes in their little builds and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think the most interesting differences right now have to do with their market. A leader already died for Blef. What the hell was that about?
When something was oh my gosh, did his fleet die?
I think so.
Yeah, he had a ship. Okay, so he was using a ship to explore because if you use a ship with an admiral, you can't. I don't think you can survey. Yeah, you can't survey systems, but I think you can explore a little bit with it. Yeah, if you he found the scavenger bot.
Oh
So if you
no.
look down in the Sigawa, so to Blef's Empire, to the left, to the planet, and then down, there's a little marker
Beep boop.
for the scavenger bot, and I'm guessing that his admiral was on the one Corvette that he took out to explore, and then got blown to fucking pieces.
That is unfortunate. It's not obviously going to be something that's going to affect the grand scheme of the game.
No, not
but
at all.
you know, I guess luckily it happened now as opposed to later.
Yeah, and honestly, I think too there like you can't have this isn't StarCraft. There is going to be some element of RNG and how you adapt to that. I think also attests to your skill as a player. When it comes to these, I don't even think this would qualify as like a 1% difference because, I mean, it's maybe 100 Unity. It's 1 Corvette. This just comes down to skill as a player.
Let's see. Taking a look at their capitals right now. I was going to talk about market, but we'll go back to that here in a bit. A bit of crime on TO's capital. They have taken the enforcer off of their specialist, which is a strategy you've talked about before. Maybe TO's paying attention to the videos we post and is adapting himself. That's Ohio. Let's go back to Bleftopia.
Well, he certainly needs to watch it because 21 crime is about the threshold that you don't want to cross over. 21 to 25, and then think once you start getting up in the 30s, that's when things start spawning like the mafia debuff, where all of a sudden now you have crime pop jobs and. Ugh.
So yeah, Blef holding on to his enforcer right now. He seems to be rather comfortable. His market choices, he's opted to buy extensive minerals and consumer goods to start off with. TO on the other hand, is selling his food and buying minerals, but not doing anything about his consumer goods. I'm curious if he's building them up right now. Let's take a look. He's building alloy foundries currently.
Or you could be foregoing it because especially in the early game when you only have a deficit of 2, that's honestly not going to kill you. And he has 100, so he could sit at that for a good long while and not think about it.
Mm-hmm. He is going to build this alloy foundry, which is going to flip all of his his artisans over to metallurgist.
No, so the alloy foundry would only do that if he changed the planet's designation. So if you go over to the auto design, he could do forge capital, which would do that. But the alloy foundry will just will give him 2 extra alloy jobs.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see. Blef's government's still missing their Minister of Defense. I wonder if he's...
It's not a hugely important or impactful position, especially this early on in the game, because all of its bonuses have to do with ship upkeep, army upkeep, and starbase upkeep per skill level. And so that would only be about a 2% discount. And maybe he's just holding off onto the Unity, which he would like to keep, which I very much understand, because the 100 Unity early on is pretty significant. And especially for something like a commander, that's probably not worth.
We have TO here who has picked Prosperity and then Enmity. And then
Yes.
Bleflar, who has picked Prosperity and then Supremacy.
Yes. So this is the strat that I was talking about the last game as well. You take that first thing of prosperity for that plus 20% mining station output, maybe that first one over to the right, which is the standard construction templates, or the STC for all the Warhammer fans out there, or SCT because it's copyrighted, but whatever. It's STC. Minus 10% cost, plus 25% speed. But the enmity first from Tio is interesting. I like that. He's learning from Blef because we've highlighted that several times. That gives you some really good buffs against people that you rival. And since there's only one other person in the galaxy, that's some really good buffs against Blef.
That time in the Fortress of Solitude really does seem to be working out for Tio right now.
Agreed, yeah.
At least for an early start. We'll see how things roll out. Blef is starting to colonize both of his planets right now. Tio got a jump on. Interesting. I wonder why he didn't grab Soul.
I think it's a continental. Yeah, it's a continental world, so he would only have 10% habitability on it. It has
he's desert. Okay.
Yeah, it has 22 pops on it, which he could feasibly enslave, which would be, kind of based, but
While Tio has grabbed Continental. Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming Blef grabbed Desert so he can get the energy credits boost from the features.
Yes. Yes, that, and especially early on, energy credits are much more efficient jobs than food or minerals, so you use them extensively for everything. You just buy anything that you don't need, and it's very, very good for early game.
Absolutely.
Desert also was a part of the theme for these slugs live shit lives in a shit home.
Meanwhile, Ohio is a much nicer place to live. Agriculture. Taking a look at the features right now. Alrighty. Now I'm curious as to when they're going to start reaching out for civics and whatnot. Do you know when Blef normally starts taking civics in this build?
Ascension perks, or what do you mean?
Civics. Both players do not currently have any civics active. They got to reform their government.
That is a part of the build, is that there are no civics.
So but they can grab civics during this game, correct?
No. So that is a part of the build that you do not have any civics. That is a part of the Path of Pain.
Okay, so they can't grab any civics at all.
Nope. It is only debuffs.
I wonder if they know that. Well, I know Blef does, but
did Tio reform his government?
No, not yet. No, not yet.
Yeah, both players. I saw them talking about it.
Okay,
and I'm pretty sure if we do see anything, we can. I mean, you could always reform and take it out.
True.
Let's see.
Reforming would cost them unity, so I don't know if you want to put something in the chat just to be like, hey, please, just as a friendly reminder.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. Thank you, Konyev. How you doing, Konyev?
Yeah.
I'm doing good. I ate a brunch. I made potatoes.
Potato brunch. I like it.
Bleflar only has. Oh, he did go for a second admiral. Interesting.
Are they a better admiral, perchance?
Actually, yes. He got the aggressive trait on this one, which was much better because that gives nice. +5 ship fire rate, which is really good.
Very, very.
Especially
nice.
Once you start leveling that up, it also gives ship damage. It's not as big of a buff, but it's definitely good. 420.
Alright, so it looks like Blef's kind of just expanding into their backyard. Tio is hanging out on all different kinds of directions at the moment.
So this is interesting too. Blef has a surplus of consumer goods. I've never seen him with this many excess consumer goods or food. Tio, on the other hand, is running what I would expect Blef to be doing, which is the pretty heavily surplused energy credits, and then also zero consumer goods and maybe a little bit of food just to keep it safe. But I think Blef will be going for that slow burn that we saw in the last fight as well, especially for this last round where it's win it or lose it on this one. So no sense in strapping yourself to the rocket and trying to Hail Mary it again.
Yeah, true enough. I mean, there's really no, what's the word I'm looking for? There are no safeguards at this point. You win or you lose, so you really can't take too much risk. Also, it's also worthwhile to note that both players ought to be careful with their market buys right now, because there is going to be no galactic market formed, and thus both players are going to be dealing with their internal markets. So
you're right.
yeah, so Blef definitely is buying a lot right now. So I am kind of worried about how long he's going to be buying those things. Because if it goes on long enough, he's going to inflate his own market.
I've been in those death spirals before, and oh my goodness, it is not fun.
Specimen acquired.
Yeah, so they have this. This is part of the Grand Archive update DLC. No way to turn this off, so it's just in-baked part of the game. But you can collect what are basically mini relics, and the ones that you see right there are basically just little tiny discoveries that you can get. So so at the cost of 10 energy per month, in order to put this up, Tio could increase his planetary build speed by 10%. But he first needs to build and research the Grand Archivism technology.
Okay, so they're kind of like little mini missions almost.
Yeah, I actually really like this about Paradox right now, is they've veered away from pure combat focused civics and ways to do combat, and they've actually started like, hey, do you want to be a collector empire? Do you want to be a treasure hunting empire? Do you want to be like, they actually have one for the it's Beast Wrangler. Do you want to be like literally play Pokemon, but with space fauna? It's really really fun. I actually have been very much enjoying this new DLC, and the buffs that you get from the Grand Archives are not game breaking. None of them are super overpowered, but I mean, if you get like, each one of those slots can be filled up, and if you put 10 to 12 in there, it adds up.
Yeah, I could definitely tell. But speaking of collecting, as a matter of fact, Tio is going to have to collect a whole new fleet, as they just got destroyed by a fleet of alien vessels.
Oh no.
So Tio had the same exact problem that
mining drones.
Mm-hmm. Same exact problem that Blef had, only on a higher scale. I don't think they lost their admiral though.
Yeah, I love the ancient machines.
Yeah, and he ran into the main 4K fleet as well. Not even the little outlier ones. This was the big Kahuna.
Let's take a look at some of these leaders that they have right now. There's a spark of genius in Blef's empire, but they're not currently on the council, so that's not being utilized, I imagine. Oh wait, but they do have a head of research level 2, so who cares? Let's see. The Chief Rizzler, hostility with skirmisher. Oh yeah, he's a badass, isn't he?
Oh wow, that's really good.
Yeah, that boy thick.
That's 10% ship damage and 15% sublight speed. That is, I mean, that's a tradition slot taken, basically. My goodness, that's really, like, the damage to rivals is a plus 15%. Man, I'd take that.
Oh, hey, you know what? As a matter of fact, guess what? Tio just flipped his capital over to Forge Capital, and so now he has a minus 16 deficit for his consumer goods, as all of his artisans are now metallurgists.
Interesting. Huh.
And that's a negative 16 on the consumer goods right now, so he's definitely got to purchase a lot of that right now.
Left yet? That's interesting that he would be.
But he is really rushing those alloys right now. He's plus 62 on his production, with Blef being at plus 29. I think Tio really wants that war chest. He wants to stockpile and be prepared for anything that's going to get tossed his way.
I will be interested to see if he does repeat what happened in the last match, because in our first match he was a little bit behind on fleet compared to Blef, but in that second match he really rushed those alloys early, but it actually ended up hampering him because Blef didn't focus at all on alloys and instead focused on raw economic output and ended up outpacing and outscaling him because he took those priorities early for alloys and ships. I wonder if Tio's maybe going to do the rocket strat. That's why he's rushing Enmity.
Yeah, I am very interested to see how Tio builds his ships this time, because his ship build last time was a key factor as to why he wasn't able to produce results.
Oh, speaking of which, let's take a look.
Yeah, let's do
Left
that.
technique reversal, flak battery with 2 red lasers.
Oh my god, he's got a fucking Corvette called Hawktua.
Okay, can we ban this man?
Well, I'm about to.
Can we ban this man?
I'm
Please.
I'm keeping the prize money. Nobody gets anything. Fuck y'all.
He's
Tio,
a man of
I know
culture.
that you
He's
will
a man
come back.
of culture. Damn it.
I know that you will come back and watch this recording. Fuck damn it. Fuck you. How dare you made us read these out loud for the recording. Squawk had to say Hawktua on recording, and now I've said it.
This is a tragedy on many levels. Wait, hold on. Can I fuck with it? Oh,
No,
apparently.
you cannot fuck with anything. You can push buttons and you can see stuff, but as an observer, you are not able to actually input anything. So
Gotcha.
don't worry.
It'll let me click random, but it doesn't
Yes.
actually do anything.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Go ahead.
As someone who edits games and our other stuff, there's so many times where I go into Observer to edit things, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'll try to edit things, and I'd be like, wait, why didn't anything take? God damn it! I was an Observer for 30 minutes.
Well, which is funny because in Crusader Kings 2, not the third one, in Crusader Kings 2, there's a glitch that allows for the observer mode to change other players' stuff. You can like rebuild stuff, delete units, and shit like that. it's pretty intense. So let's see. Blef here has really expanded well into his corridor. He's really taken a lot of his essential systems this time. Tio, I think. Oh, Tio made an adjustment. Looks like he has picked up his. Oh, you know what? I bet one of his planets is now an alloy, rather a consumer goods planet. Let's take a look.
Both players are on militarized economy.
Okay. I think what ended up happening was that Alloy Foundries might have flipped over to Forge, but he flipped it back over to Empire. So now he's got artisans again.
I think you were right. I think you were talking about building up that stockpile because now he has 1.7k just sitting in the bank, which is a pretty little stockpile to sit on.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not as if he really needs to hit the button until he finds Blef, you know?
Yeah.
Blef is going to take his time. He's going to slowly build things up, and then he's going to get a move on based on what we've seen last time. And as a matter of fact, he is. He's got a fleet power of 691 right now.
Yeah. It's interesting because Blef is exploring significantly more than Tio is. Tio found his little pocket. Oh, and then also he lost his fleet. Never mind. That was probably what he was using to explore.
Yeah, he was using his fleet to explore, and then it got busted by those ancient drones.
I forgot about that, yeah.
A-okay, though. A-okay. Tio was slowly building his stuff back up. I think he wants to see... I mean, if I were Tio, I'd be kind of a little... I don't want to say traumatized, but I'd be very aware of waiting to see what Blef does with his build, and then adapt to it.
Yeah. Huh.
I'm curious as to why he jumped Zunur and Oxamon to grab... Oh, you know what? I guess he just wanted to catch that choke point as early as possible. Oh, who's over here on Deneb? I never noticed this.
Oh, Deneb was the name of the system. I'm just remembering now.
Ah, okay. So he has Pros Naked, some ugly ass humanoids.
Ooh.
They have intelligent, existential, Idero parody. I apologize if that's not how you pronounce that. I've not seen that trait before, so. Please bear with me with my limited knowledge. I've played Stellaris for years, but I've since not played a lot of the newer stuff.
Where were these primitives?
They were in the Deneb system.
Oh, the Deneb system. Let's
Yep.
see.
And because both of them are playing Xenophile, they have to have full citizen.
Idioparity? Heteroparity? That, well, okay, interesting. I know
Yeah.
that's the opposite of the war phobic one, because it gives you plus 30% growth during wars, and then the other one's a minus 30% during wars.
Looks
Yeah,
like
alright.
looks like Blef is getting the work on the archaeological site within I Regret Being a Xenophile at Saya Prime. Which one is it? Let's see. Fossilized remnants? Fossilized remains, rather?
Fossilized remains. I don't remember what's on. Kind of. Do you know what that one gives you?
Not by name, but I'm actually just trying to Google it right now.
Yeah.
There's fossilized remains.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the meantime, I'm not seeing too much anxiety or haste. Although Tio's again pushing those boundaries again over to the right.
Well, with how
bead.
close they were last time, I think Tio absolutely wants to get a bead on where Blef is before he does anything else, and I think it shows.
Yeah, and it's going to be a while because that is a snake path in order to get to either one of them. You have to go all the way down and then up in order to get to Bluff.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna bounce into.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while.
I think fossilized remains is Blade of the Huntress.
Oh.
That'd be good. That'd be good. That's army buffs and then ship speed, right?
Yes, I know it's definitely ship speed. Let me click on that.
The army buffs will definitely help him out. That was a big factor last game.
It was.
Yeah, I'll give plus 25% army morale, plus 10% diplomatic weight, plus 2 planet sensor range.
Oh shit! Look at the size of that name.
Interesting. You know,
Like, you gotta assert dominance.
yeah.
Let's turn off the.
I'm gonna screenshot that for posterity's sake.
Yeah, screenshot that for me. That's gonna be a funny little
Gang-ish.
meme later on.
Gang-ish.
It's, you know what, yeah, because he grabbed Noose, which gave this little like bubble that has nothing in it in the middle, which I think is causing it to boop.
Yeah. That was wild.
That's funny. I keep trying to turn it off, but there ain't no turning that off.
Delete it immediately. Oh wait, yeah, shit, you're right.
Oh, did you post? You weren't supposed to post it.
Whoopsies. That's alright. There we go.
Lamau, love it. It's not in the. Okay, I think we're gonna be a-okay.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
Let's see. Blef getting to work on finding these planets around him. I got an arid world here, some tundras. Unfortunately, Deneb is also continental. Well, it's fortunate and unfortunate in its own little special way. But it's not going to help him out with getting any sort of favorable buffs on these planets around him. Bleflar,
Yeah.
on the other hand, he has found a relic world size 25. It's a couple of jumps away from him. Any other deserts? Arctic? Tomb worlds? Tundra? Yeah, he's kind of at a disadvantage on these worlds around him.
A little bit. How many? Teo's sitting at 4. Bluff is sitting at. Okay. 70, 50, 70, 65 with a minus 5%. Still ouchy, but. Oh, that's right, because they have non-adaptive. They have non-adaptive. I was sitting there and I was like, man, how do they have 70% on your guaranteeds? Oh yeah.
Yeah, non-adaptive. That'll do it.
Non-adaptive.
Non-adaptive,
Oh my
slow
gosh.
breeder. Yeah.
And Bluff has a ancient drone system as well in Beals.
So who's got the planet advantage right now? I think it's Tio. Damn it! Come on. Tio does have an exceptional quality mines planet with plus 25% and an additional plus 8 mining districts.
That is. Wait, which one?
It's gonna be Ruckbot Prime on his
Oh,
his
man.
choke point.
That is really good. Oh man.
Yeah, that's definitely a decent factor here. I don't think he's got any other.
And it's at 70% habit. Like that's a really good world. Oh my goodness.
Bluff. What's Bluff got? Let's take a look.
I didn't see Bluff with anything.
Bluff has a debuff of it's a debuff in its own right, but Wild Storms. It's gonna help with his research if he makes it a research world. He's got Stratospheric Vents, which is another research world for him on Cador Prime. And okay, that's just a temporary. Looks like we're starting to grab Ascension perks. Bluff is gonna go with Executive Vigor.
Yeah, that's his favorite. Let's see. Guberment, policies and edicts. He's not even using any edicts right now. Bluff, what do you even need that for?
He's being prepared. I mean,
Come on.
I'm curious as to why he doesn't grab the research one to start out with.
Well, because it's Bluff is sworn up and down that that's the best one to do because early game it gives you so many buffs and you don't have to worry about it. Da 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 da. And I was I've never bought it. I've always. Yeah.
A point of contention amongst the student and master.
Yeah, I disagree with him on several points when it comes to playing, which is why I've been ousted from the dojo several times. But I've fought my way back in each time. I'm like a bad fungus, you know. You can't get rid of me.
You're like the Stellaris Napoleon. You just
Exactly,
you
exactly.
can't keep him out forever.
I was gonna say, this is a martial arts. You got put in the isolation room. You think about what you've done in the isolation chamber.
You go sit in the room of unbridled racism until you think about what you've done.
The hyperbolic time chamber.
Love it. Looks like Tio is still struggling a little bit with his crime, keeping that enforcer on demoted. I feel like he could definitely afford one metallurgist to become a cop. Just one.
Well, okay. Again, it's at 25 to 30. That's when you really need to start worrying. It's at 24. It's you know, it's right there. It's really close. I would definitely have already put one in, just because I would be paranoid about it. But I don't know. You know, I don't know. To each player their own. I'm not gonna begrudge To for literally taking the advice that I gave last game, despite the fact that I think Bluff kind of looked at it as well and said nah because. Oh, favorite society agenda. Oh, wow. Favorite society agenda plus 20% from jobs on his capital. Wow. Will expire in 9 years.
Yep.
That's really good.
Yep.
When did he get the favorite society? Where did he get that from?
That's the agenda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it quite literally is called Favorite Society.
But what does he get that from? Is that...
I want to say it's because of Xenophile.
Is it because of Xenophile?
I mean, it's why we haven't seen it before, right? What is this? Asteroid. Oh, it's an asteroid. Okay. Well, it's the first combat we're going to see, so I'm going to assume it anyways.
Oh my gosh! Heart-pounding combat over in Expendable or Blufflar's system there. Woo!
There is nothing worse than letting that, like, not letting it, but trying to do everything you can to stop that asteroid, but your fleet's out of position. Like I've canceled games before. Like, nah, fuck this. I'm deleting this fucking save.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was playing on the new patch, so I have my my Hive Mind build, which I love very very dearly, and I started playing with the new Beastmaster Civic, the one that lets you play Pokemon with Space Fauna. And the first game that I ever loaded up for that one, I went out one system and then two systems, and I got hit with that scavenger bot that the Bluff got hit with, and I was like, oh, darn, lost my fleet. Oh well. It walked past me, it went away. I put another ship out. I was trying to survey the system. Got hit with another scavenger bot. Oh well, I guess, can happen. 6 scavenger bots later, I decided that I was gonna restart the game and try something else. Stellaris certainly has an RNG capacity for bullshit.
Certainly do. Yeah. Left with the current planet count advantage right now, 5/4, if I'm correct.
One of them is a 50% habitability though, which I'm fairly sure he's just gonna use for a pop farm.
Yep. He's definitely gonna try to crank out more pops as he can.
Let's see what he does with this one.
Yeah. So it appears that over in Orcom Fung, there is a current block for TO to discover. Bluff, a fleet of 658. Unfortunately, actually, let's take a look. Unobserved. What are they? Spaceborne Organics. Okay, yeah, he'll blow right through those. Space amoebas.
Amoeba.
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 Let's take a look.
Left still hasn't. Oh, wait. I think Blef might have touched Tio.
Really? Where?
Not. I think he just has the situation. I think that might be Tio.
Let's find out. If I can click the right damn thing. Yeah, it would appear so. Because he being Tio, has one Corvette in that exact system. How did he get the fleet? Oh, I see the path he took. Okay.
Yeah. This is so funny. Like every time I zoom out, I just see that gigantic, the expendable gang.
Yeah, it is really
covering
funny.
the galaxy.
It's that one meme of that anime girl doing T-posing over the. That's all I keep thinking about. But Bluff definitely still has a bit of a ways to go in order for them to be able to inflict any type of war at the moment. I mean, they have a stable enough economy. -17 in food's not that bad. They are currently buying a bunch of stuff still. No longer consumer goods. Now buying 10 alloys. Our dear friend Tio has started purchasing more minerals and are selling more food. They got a handle on their consumer goods. It's only -6 now. It's not bad.
And like I said earlier, I think both players have recognized, guardrails are gone. It's not the first match anymore. I think they're both going to play it safe. They're both going to play it slow. They're both extremely far away from each other. Like, Bluff knows that Expendable isn't to his right. Expendable knows that Bluff isn't 2 jumps from him like it was last time. I think this is definitely going to be more of a slow burn game. I wouldn't be surprised if this went on for a little bit before they even decided to butt heads.
Yeah, I think at this point I can make a prediction about prediction.
Yes,
I
please do.
I think, the slugs are gonna win.
Okay, so for
That's a
everyone
fair
who's
assumption.
not able to see, this is Bleff's sister, and she last game called Expendable a potato. And this game she has officially predicted, and I want this on record, that the slugs will win. And honestly, it's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Let's see. Now, I'm curious, because Tio doesn't have awareness that, right? Let's take a look. Yeah, Tio doesn't have awareness on whether or not Bluff has found them, apparently, because they don't have a first contact thing going on, I don't think. I'm not seeing one, at least. No, yeah, so I guess Bluff is taking that on their own initiative at this moment. Any interesting government choices happening right now? Yeah, actually, yeah. So check it out. Tio is currently taking favorite society at the moment
Yeah.
to get a better look at. That's actually really handy. I'm not gonna lie.
It's interesting because they inverted each other. So Tio went Evolving Society first, got that plus 40% Unity output. Bluff went Favorite Society first, and now he's going for Evolving Society, and Tio's going for the exact opposite now. Great minds think alike, and fools never differ. Let's see. It's interesting. I'm looking at their technology, and they've both taken very similar technologies, despite the fact that although Bluff has taken entirely Naval Cap and Fleet Command techs so far for his society, but their physics and their engineering are very, very close to each other. Neither one has an edge tech-wise. Bluff maybe has a little bit, but I mean it's not enough to be significant. It's just a little bit more of physics research. I mean, last game we didn't see any, like, technology didn't play any kind of role in the win. It was maneuvering, tempo, and outflanking one another. So I will be interested to see if technology takes more of a front row for this game, because I know Bluff doesn't tend to favor technology very heavily in his games. He loves just duking it out, mano-y-mano. He hates tech rushers. Expendable, I feel like, would be the person I would expect to build a couple more of the science output buildings, so that way he could maybe get like another 10%, 30% with an increase in damage or resistances or something like that.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, Tio shows a preference for, I don't want to say turtling exactly, but they do definitely like to take a more solid defensible position and then adapt around that.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
And it's interesting this time as well, because we saw that huge stockpile go up for him early. Bluff is sitting at 4K alloys now, and Tio is sitting at 7. So I mean that's a 3K difference in alloys that they're sitting on right now, and Tio's production is quite hefty at 90 alloys before year 20.
Yep.
Bluff is still sitting at a respectable 50, but I mean honestly, if I'm giving an eco score to both players,
Tio just defaulted on consumer goods.
Oh, Tio, buddy. I mean that's.
Yeah, and he bought it.
250, the buy of shame, the oopsies.
It happens.
It does, even to the best. For anybody watching, even the best players default on consumer goods. It's not just you. It makes me feel better about how my playthroughs when I sit there and I forget stupid things all the time.
Pops are pretty even right now. Bluff leading with only... Nope, never mind. They just caught up.
Yep. Exact same. The only thing that Bluff is leading in is tech, and that's just a little bit more... I don't know. Yeah, it's evened out pretty much. It's going up and down. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, Tio's got... What the heck happened on his mining world here?
Let's take a look.
Its stability is down to 38%. What the heck happened?
An event?
Workers are unhappy. Why are the workers unhappy? Low faction approval, decadent. Oh, consumer goods shortage. Consumer goods shortage.
Yeah, that'd do it. But I mean, that should resolve here really soon. Let's take a look.
Hey, Squawk, would you like to comment on the workers' unhappiness and maybe unfulfillment in the current system in which they reside?
Yeah, you're talking about Rookbot?
I was making a communist joke.
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm a little dense at the moment. I'm locked in, as it were. Karl Marx doesn't exist in my head right now.
I got you, Bluff. As soon as you said that, I went, "That's bait."
But yeah, not having access to your iPhones and your Pac-Man video games, sure does make for some unhappy people, especially if you're working the
Yeah.
mines.
Yeah, the opioid of the people has been taken, and thus they see the struggle with which they are born into.
All right, he's only got
If
130
I don't
more
have
days.
my iPad, I will scream.
Let's see. It's interesting. Tio's doing the exact same thing where he has taken 3 tradition trees and finished none of them. Oh, it hurts my soul.
Oh, he's spreading out. I think he's grabbing his essentials and then worrying about his perks later on, which not my style, but I'm not the one competing for money. So
Right. Well, and two, this is a very valid strategy. If you ever played any of the games, there's different ways to approach the tradition trees. One of them is what Blef is currently doing, which is you finish the tradition tree, you get your ascension perks, it's extra buffs, why not? But then there's also what Tio's doing, which is there are a lot of buffs that you really want early on, especially in Supremacy and Enmity. There's no need to finish out the rest of the tree. Like 0.5 official capacity per rival is not necessary for Tio. But, I mean, finishing out a tradition tree, it makes the others ones less expensive, but he doesn't need the other ones, so it's like, it's all up to preference. It's all up to preference.
I doubt that it's going to be a factor, but Blef has
Oh, yeah.
researched 2 of his precursor stuffs,
Oh, interesting.
with Tio researching 0.
He had precursor stuff?
Yeah, Blef has the Erosian Concordate. He had some anomalies for it.
Okay. Dang, good for him.
Yeah, Tio has the First League, I think,
Wow.
but he hasn't touched it, which I don't necessarily blame him for.
Yeah.
It's not been relevant these last couple of games. Why would it all of a sudden be relevant?
Tio's fleet is at 1.1k. Interesting. And he's brought his alloy production down, and he's bolstered up his consumer goods to plus 31%. Yeah, he's sitting on 8k. Blef is sitting on 5k. Still a difference of 3k in alloys, but the gain on both is normalized between the two. So that definitely does still give Tio the advantage when it comes to alloys as of right now. I'm not seeing anything different with their fleets. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Yeah, Tio now has tier 2 lasers and tier 2 armor. Very, very good. Blef only has... Nope, he has tier 2 lasers and tier 2 armor. Okay, so both players are on even footing there. That's interesting.
They're both on laser picks right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
That's-
say that design name again, but they seem to be going armor based on.
It's honestly unfair that he made you say that. I'm so sorry. I apologize on behalf of you, on behalf of Tio, on behalf of the Serpo community. We would like to apologize to our viewers for anyone who may be traumatized. Oh wow, Blef just spent all of his alloys.
Did he? Yep, he sure did. What's going on in those
Where? Yep,
Shipyards.
all the Corvettes are being built currently.
What shipyards are they being built at?
Oh my gosh.
Olimar.
Okay.
Olimar.
So,
Okay.
Stay up at the top currently where he is. You see how nothing is getting built.
Uh-huh.
So
Was
what
he
he's
queuing
doing,
it?
he's re-queuing everything. So what he's yeah, now they're all finishing at the same time. And what the heck happened to all of his Corvettes?
As each Corvette
canceled them.
gets almost done, he can push it down, and then this
Yeah,
means
but
that they'll all finish technically instantaneous.
He exited out of it. He's got his 5k back. What happened?
Yeah, I watched the queue happen on live stream. He canceled
Yeah.
all of it.
Huh, that was weird.
It could have been a
Misinput?
misclick.
Question mark?
It could have been a... who knows, honestly. He might be wanting to upgrade... Is he waiting on a research right now, perchance?
He just got one. Oh yeah, he's got afterburners in 6 months.
And
That
fusion reactor here pretty soon too, so
Yeah.
might as well wait
Okay,
for
that
those.
checks out. That checks out. He was probably going through the designer and was like, oh, I can't save this design because I have stuff queued. Let's just cancel it and let's just do this properly.
Worthwhile to note that Tio and Blef are both researching fusion reactors and afterburners at the same time.
Somehow they rolled the exact same technologies at the exact same time. What the hey? Oh, his head of research just got a minus 5% monthly unity. Ouch.
Blef got the event where he's got to scream back at the aliens.
Send threatening noises back.
I mean, that's the only Blef answer, right?
It is impossible to predict how the Moo aliens will react to this. Well, I actually think I can make a pretty fairly accurate description of what they will be doing when they hear this. Let's see. Theo still has 9.3k in terms of alloys right now. He's making another science ship. Nothing crazy.
Also worthwhile to note, Blef's empire is still relying a lot on buying off of the market at the moment. If he weren't buying, he'd be negative on his minerals and food.
So I know for food, minerals, and I don't think consumer. I think it's just food and minerals. You can go up to about 42 a month before you start tipping the price consistently. So I don't think it's. I don't think it's bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. Is Tio still on buys?
What are
No,
his prices right now?
Just okay. Tio's running red on consumer goods, food, and energy credits now. Interesting.
He keeps hitting weird buttons with his alloys. I'm wondering what's going on.
Oh, remember what I said about the pops and wanting to be careful between 25 and 30?
Yeah, he's now at 20. Yep, it happened.
Yeah, there's the crime. Yeah.
It happened here.
You can sometimes get away with 30. You can sometimes get away with 25. It's between 25 and 30. Yeah, that's honestly, he's running red on stability on a couple of his planets now. Interesting. Huh.
He's now buying less minerals to help his energy credits.
Yeah. Normally, what you would want to do for this is the strat that I've seen put forth is that you would have a governor with that anti-crime trait. The governor will help boost production within the planet, so it's a good use of your unity anyway. And then the crime trait will more than suppress it, so that way the crime debuff goes away eventually, because the criminal job is just a waste of a pop.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
I should play a Crim Corp at some point. That would be fun.
I always feel like they're best to play in single player, because the moment you slide into a multiplayer game with Crim Corp, you're the fucking scum of the earth.
So, Squawk, when has that ever stopped me?
True enough. True
Being
enough.
targeted from day one by everybody? I'm sorry. Yes, please?
But yeah, it's one of those dream empires I always wanted to play in a multiplayer roleplay setting.
Yeah, it's hard to do though, because those crime is just such a pain in the ass to deal with.
Blef has positioned himself to take this relic world here pretty soon.
Oh, there we go. Now he's spending all of his alloys on his Corvettes. All of the alloys are gone.
Wait, Blef can't use this shroud tunnel, can he?
I think you need to be a psionic in order to use that.
He hasn't popped that yet, so no, he's good.
Yeah. And Favored Society is about to run out, so let's watch Blef's Empire take the massive 20% debuff. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gone.
Well, we'll wait for the monthly tick.
End of the month.
Boom. And now he's now he hit his consumer goods.
That wasn't that bad.
No, yeah, he'll definitely survive from it. It's his
about 15 alloys, a couple of energy credits, consumer goods, and food. But it's actually not as bad as I thought.
It ain't terrible.
Definitely expecting much more of a kaput.
Tio's minerals pricing is going way up. Well, I shouldn't say way up, but Bleph has 1.30 per mineral, and Tio has 1.57.
Ouch. I wonder if he's been bulk buying in order to pay for stuff, because that always drives it up real fast. Oh. Yeah, okay, Tio just got favored society plus 20. Oh, and now he took the
Bleph
military
just said,
build-up.
"I'm scared." Oh, he found. Oh yeah, he sees the name now.
Oh, he does. Get
Yeah.
T-posed on.
That is definitely a intimidating aura. Why is his name bigger than the galaxy?
Should I just surrender now?
Yes, Expendable wants you to keep typing, so you're not microing.
Yeah.
All right, intel failing, so they got intel of each other now. Tio sees the capital. Blefka has a little bit of view on some of the outline here. Bleph is getting closer to Blade of the Huntress. Tio not biting into the chat humor at the moment, just sticking to the plan.
Oh no, he's had enough humor in his system names and ship names for the entire game, I think.
Sure enough.
I think he's let us know what he thinks of us as the observers.
All right, looks. I mean, he's not
Alright.
quite grabbed it yet.
So Squawk,
What's up?
we've been in the weeds for about, I don't know, about 30-40 minutes. I want to hear your overall thoughts so far. How is Tio looking right now? How is Bleph looking right now? What do you think the next 40 minutes will hold for the game as we're going forward out of it? So they've officially discovered each other. What do you expect to see from both players right now?
Well, Tio has spent his alloy count. I imagine he's currently doing the build up as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 32 Corvettes in his system. Now that they've discovered each other, game's on. I think Tio is going to start pushing the pedal here a bit. I think. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I think Tio has a better adaptability, and I think that he's going to end up taking a pretty decent lead early on. It's just going to be how Bleph handles said lead that's going to really determine how this fight goes. Bleph's got a really good position, though. I'm curious as to what Tio's plan is in regards to expanding out at this point, because he's hit most of his choke points. I do like that Bleph does have this fleet out here in Okoplarion, the one that's got the Shroud Tunnel in it.
Yeah.
Because once Expendable busts that fleet at Orcam Fung and starts moving towards it, Bleph's going to see it immediately, and he's going to be able to take off. Expendable rapidly catching up in fleet power. His alloy base is a gigantic Thanos fist at this point in time. Let's take a look at those fleet management. Okay, that's a change. Opting for shields. We have Tio here opting for shields. Same with... No, actually. Bleph is actually sticking with an armor build. Which, if I remember...
So he's going for the... I don't want to say more meta pick, but the one that people have tended towards since the debuff of shields in favor, and then Tio seems to be going for the cheaper build, which is interesting because he also took military buildup and then started building his fleets.
Well,
So actually, I wonder if he's going for quantity over quality, which in and of itself is a quality unto its own.
Well, as of right now, I think Tio is expecting Bleph to stick with armor, and he's definitely building towards it because right now he's designed to do more armor damage than shield damage. Bleph would probably need to make a laser change here in order to put himself back in good graces on that build aspect. They're both now matched in fleet power. Tio's economy is looking a bit shaky at the moment. Oh, fleet capacity. That's why. Yep. He's researching. Oh, he already popped it. Okay. he ought to be building up Corvettes, more Corvettes. Let's take a look at his. He's got a star base out here. He's got one anchorage, but man, you're gonna need a lot more than that. Now negative 57. I mean, fleets are great, but your fleet capacity, man.
Is Tio pulling a bluff?
It's possible. I mean, we have. There's a chance that we've come full circle here.
My gosh, that would be beautiful. Watching Expendable jizz himself up with that methamphetamine and just go rushing at Blef with the same strat that Blef came at him with at the day one.
Expendable currently with the fleet power advantage here.
Significant fleet power advantage too.
Yeah,
man,
a
3K.
A 3K advantage. Yeah. Now
that is nothing to sneeze at.
It is all what is this? Oh, a pirate fleet. Blef's got pirates.
Blef,
I don't. How much
goose.
trade is Blef? Oh yeah, Blef had a pretty decent amount of trade. Tio now at negative 89 energy credits because of his fleet.
Oh boys, you silly gooses, you silly geeses.
I mean, they're the pros here, not me. I imagine Tio's got a plan here, and it's all gonna pick up here pretty soon.
Man, Tio is stacking these Corvettes
I wonder-
high, and he's got a level 3 admiral, a level 2 admiral, level 3 admiral. What did he take?
He's got pretty good. Let's take a look. Here.
Oh, I forgot. So the war games tradition in the supremacy tree, commander starting level +1.
Ah, okay, cool. That definitely did it.
Oh, okay, they're moving.
Yep, I see Tio's fleet here. Tio rapidly taking care of his energy credit problem. Now down to negative 62. They're on the move. They're about to take Orcom Fung. Blef is on the move.
Blef has been moving.
Blef is making his way to the center of Gaping Maw. Definitely going to try to use that environmental hazard to his advantage. Unfortunately, I think it's going to hurt him more than Blef.
Yeah.
Rather, Tio.
Really gonna be bad. Oh no.
Because either that or he has to. The timing is going to be pretty bad here because if Blef hits Orcom Fung, he's not going to be at full capacity for the fight because it's. Yeah, we see a fleet here moving towards Waldriax.
54. Blef is still behind on alloys too. So, all right.
All right,
This is interesting.
Blef is keeping this fleet in Gaping Maw probably just as a scout fleet.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like he's moving any forward unless if he's waiting for people to.
You just went negative in everything.
Ouch.
This is slightly concerning because I don't think 63 alloys is enough to keep an entire economy afloat on nothing but alloys. That's yeah, he's pulling a Blef. I mean, it might work because he has 12K fleet.
Well, all he has to do is just fix his fleet capacity, and he's not too far off. I'm just curious as to what's. I wonder what if he's building like soldier.
No, by far the biggest expense is ships, so it's just his fleet capacity.
Yeah,
at that point, just go over starbase capacity.
Yeah,
that would hurt you less.
Okay, looks like Tio is taking on. Is he gonna skip? All right, he's gonna skip the amoebas.
Yeah, all right. Damn, yeah. All right,
yeah.
Fuck those amoebas. Fuck the amoebas. Oh no, never mind. He's killing them. Oh, okay. They're fighting. Oh, they're fighting. Oh, they're fighting. The fleets are split.
It's on.
The fleets are split. Oh, never mind. All right, we're good. Oh wow.
They're not at.
Blef, buddy, run away.
They're not
buddy, run away.
Okay, they're at war now. They're definitely at war. Tio, go get him.
Blef, buddy, you're not getting out of this one. Blef, buddy, you're not getting out of this one.
It's
way too late.
Did he miss?
No.
Oh, it was a miss input.
That's a fight. Yep. Oh, goodbye, Blef. Oh no.
Okay, so what are Blef's recovery options from here? Let's take a look.
Okay, honestly, not bad. Okay. Bad, yes, but not bad. Man, I wish we got a battle report after that.
I wonder if one of them still has one open.
Blef has huge defense in depth. Tio does not know where anything is. He has two years until his fleets come back. He doesn't know this, but Tio's economy is running on fumes here. He just sacrificed all of his alloy production in order to get consumer goods and some of his minerals back. I mean, his energy credits aren't bad, but they're not good. His food could be better, but he needs to get everything stabilized.
He caught the.
Left has the more stable economy. I don't think this is. This is definitely not unwinnable. This is definitely not an insta loss.
No, it's definitely not. What I think is interesting is that we see Expendable is boomeranging on their fleet capacity right now. We're seeing them going from like 97 to 123 to 128 to 90 something. An interesting choice. They grabbed their consumer goods, pumped it up, and I think they're going to start selling consumer goods to make up for their deficits.
Yeah. Although I don't think that's. This is. I mean, his food is about to run out in 2 months.
I think Blef might get a decent break here because he's Tio is banking the wrong way.
Yeah, that's okay. He'll figure it out. He'll figure it out. He'll get there. He'll get there. That's all right.
Have faith.
This is interesting because, man, that was a really bad micro from Blef. What happened?
I'm not sure. I think. Well, you mean to be honest, because we actually sat here and we talked about how Tio, being the calm kind of turtle patient player that he is, he really flipped everything on its head. He's now punching everything that he's got right now. And if you take a look at Blef's defenses, well, maybe I should say lack of, because he's got nothing prepared from his capital to. What is this?
So in Setsuov, the Vanguard system, he is building 2 gun batteries for his station there. So he's trying to prepare something. For Blef. If you go to the Chetsuov.
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah. So it's not good, because I don't think that'll hold off a 12K fleet at all.
All right, 1 gun battery, a shipyard. Interesting that he hasn't selected like a disruption field generator, a communications jammer, something here. Well, I imagine he's trying to get his fleets back together and back on the move.
Let's see.
Because he's still waiting. His fleets aren't going to be back until...
He'll get them back in a couple of months.
Yeah,
in a couple of months. Yeah, but
he still has that pirate. He's got that pirate fleet that's cutting his empire in half. He's gonna have to deal with them first, and then get back on the move.
No, because Tio's right there. He's right on his doorstep. Blef isn't gonna get his fleets back in time for the fight. That's unfortunate.
JFK out there somewhere being like, "Come on, Blef Law, you can do this, Blef Law."
That's not what Serpo can do for you, but what you can do for Serpo.
JFK, the infamous map gamer.
Nothing bad ever happened to the Kennedys. Blef, get out of there, buddy! What are you doing?
And he's distracted, I guess.
Block in. What is going on? That was 15, 20 odd. What happened, buddy?
I could swear I told them to leave. Is Blef on tilt?
What happened? And one of his planets is revolting now. What the heck?
Oh no.
Is it 20% stability? Oh. Dear.
Looks like Tio might be bumping into some deficit problems here pretty soon. He might be able to sell his alloys.
This is literally the first game, but flipped on its head. Oh my gosh, Squawk. We are sitting on the first game, but full reversal technique. Tio is sitting on an economy like a house of cards here, and Blef is on the back foot trying to stop Tio from killing him. What is going on?
All right, he's going to take the black hole defense. And it looks like he's going to send a fleet over to the Ovastium Prime over here. Yeah. And is probably going to start bombarding them just to add some extra pressure on the economy.
Yep. And I wonder if Tio's going to... Oh, youch. Okay, that's not bad. Never mind. Bluff, buddy, you gotta get your fleets out of there, man. This is not good.
All right, Bluff is definitely going to have to make some pretty critical choices here pretty soon.
Yup.
Tio
This
is
is-
sending waves and waves of reinforcements out to Bluff's place.
This
Where's-
is fantastic to watch because we are watching in real time Tio use against Bluff's own strategy.
All right, Bluff took care of the pirates. Unfortunately, Olimar is now occupied. And he's not going to stick around and try to use those defenses against him. He's going to keep the pressure going. Tio looks like he's utilizing his consumer goods and alloys to keep everything afloat. Incredibly smart. And that's a battle.
The construction ship. No.
Did he jump out?
It was
Okay.
one day for retirement.
All right, Bluff is sending his fleets back to the capital. I think it's going to come down to a capital battle.
This is not good.
Now, if you've ever seen Sonny Liston versus Floyd Patterson, that's kind of the same vibe here.
Squawk, I'm kind of nervous. Are we ending this game in like the next 5 to 6 years?
I mean, you know what? The round one, we said that Bluff was probably going to wrap it up here pretty quick, but then a couple of things happened and it kept the game going. Never
don't
say
know,
never, but
yeah. Oh man, this is not good. 7K versus 12K,
all right.
and Tio's not dying anymore. He's doing okay.
All right, here comes the battle.
Yep.
Battle in Blufftopia here very soon.
Oh no. Okay. Oh man, fingers crossed. Please don't let it end like this.
Bluff's got his fleet behind the.
Where's he going?
He
Where's
di-
he going?
What are you talking about?
He's not going to the capital. Capital's right there.
Maybe I don't know. I think he wants to occupy this system so he can't get the resource denial. I'm assuming.
Maybe, but Bluff's.
But like, where's
Maybe.
where's Bluff gonna go? I mean, Bluff's got to sit here and build up. So I guess he's gonna put the pressure on.
Well, maybe.
I guess.
I don't know. Go for the capital. You have the superior fleet. Like, go for the capital, take it out, start bombarding it.
Well, you know, from behind here, we can actually see that Tio is bringing more fleet in. He's got a 2K in Olimar. I think he's gonna wait for those reinforcements to get there and take them from two different sides. I think.
He does have 2K. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, he's been sending an endless stream of reinforcements along the way. He learned from his second game where he sat there with that fleet way off in the distance and didn't move it.
Yeah.
He's being much more decisive this game.
He very much is. Yikes.
I don't know if Hmm.
Has there been any 2-2? That's fine.
Bluff has a new leader with a prudence trait. Let's take a look.
Yeah. All right, so they're still using the same templates, so it's still the same thing.
Yeah, so not only does Tio have the fleet power advantage, but he also has the build advantage because he's definitely just melting that armor down.
I didn't want it to end this soon. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not up to us, right?
Yeah,
Looks
it's
like
not.
Tio's fleet is back on the move to Anchaman and Genumtinar.
I bet you he's regrouping with that 2K fleet that you were talking about, because that's all Bluff. Bluff is moving. Okay.
Bluff is moving. I think he
Does
sees.
He doesn't see the fleet down in Ubella. All right. So.
Okay. Bluff jumped out of his
Tio-
capital, and now Tio is adapted by just going behind him. What's Bluff
Yeah.
gonna? Bluff's heading back to his capital right now.
Yeah, Tio's heading back there, heading to the cap. Nope. He's just. Nope. Yep. He's heading to the capital.
And now he's out of position. He might be able to take the defenses before. No, never mind.
Yeah, Bluff will be there in time.
Tio's
going back and forth.
I'm curious. I wonder if he's trying to catch him out of position, but I don't know.
This is odd. Oh, he occupied the planet. Dang. That's
What's
not good.
Bleff's economy? Negative 114 on energy credits.
Ouch.
Resource
That's not good.
resource denial.
That's not good. Okay. Oh, every single one of his planets are occupied. Oh, that's not good.
Yep. And
Is Tio dying at all? Tio's actually stabilizing.
Yep.
Fakers.
Yep, Tio got a hold on his fleet capacity.
Boy. And he's regrouping with the 2K fleet. He's regrouping with the 2K fleet.
My son's knocking on the wall. I don't know if y'all can hear that.
Can't hear anything. You're good.
All right.
Oh man. Oh, this is so sad. I mean, this just was
And
like
Tio has met up with his other fleet, and I think is moving in now.
yeah. I mean, this is just Blef didn't have. I mean, I don't think Blef would have won that initial fight anyway, because I mean that was 12K versus 8K. I mean that was just numbers right there. I think Blef didn't know that Tio was gonna go full. Oh dear, here we go.
I really do think that Blef expected Tio to be a bit more passive, like he has been
Yep.
these last couple of games.
Yup. And then just the one micro where he was out of position was just that was
Interesting choice. Oh, he baited him outside of the defenses. Go, get him.
Yeah,
There it is.
Oh, and no. Oh. Dang. I'm like 80% sure that's GG there.
And yep, there it is.
Yeah.
There's the GG.
Wow.
Well, how about it? That was intense. That was immediate, decisive, and whew. I did not. I mean, honestly, I didn't expect that. But I mean, total victory on Tio's account. Took everything from him. Wow.
I honestly don't know what yeah, that was.
Well, here comes Bluff
Yeah.
Flower right now. We're gonna see Tio. Yep, there's Tio. Well, good game, guys.
Oh, good game.
Absolutely good game from both of y'all. You know, nobody should feel any ounce of regret for what has happened, but I mean, absolutely great action to watch. I guess my first question here is, Tio, it really seemed like you had a more decisive game plan this time. You mind telling us what was going through your head here?
Well, this time I was determined not to die, and I think it showed.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you initially plan for a more aggressive strategy, or was this kind of a vibe in the moment and you just ran with it?
It was just kind of I don't know. I was trying to scout the map first, see the position, whether it would be defendable at all, and I don't know. Maybe it was just the font going in the background, because I think I had I think I had a very defensible position, actually, only 2 choke points and a fairly decent one at that, but still I decided to go on the offensive this time, and to my own surprise, even I won.
Yeah, I think
because that was not at all how I typically played. I decided to spice it up a little.
Yeah.
To pull and I assume that Blef did not expect that from me, and even I myself did not expect to go on a blitzkrieg this time.
Well, you know, if you don't know your own plan, then the enemy can't know your plan either. So it's a strategy.
That's the orc plan, the orc motto.
Yeah. So I mean, Blefflar, I do have to ask. I mean, you did a great job for what situation you were handed, but I am curious. Were there any mishaps that you weren't expecting? Did you misclick at all, or? we'll give Bluff time to
A
type.
lot.
Yeah, I mean, understandable.
I misclicked a lot.
That's unfortunate. I am really sorry to hear that.
It does feel bad. We did see that that one 6K fleet just get caught out, and
My reaction
early.
time was very sluggish.
yeah.
Very drunk, perchance. I mean, I'm not trolling. I'm just curious whether it affected your performance. I'm hungover right now.
I did not hear the question.
Were you drunk?
No, just tired.
Okay. I'm. It's 10 p.m. for me, so I'm just as tight as you. So I think
Yeah.
we are on equal footing in that regard.
Yeah. Although I will say, Expendable, I think you did have one gigantic buff helping you, which was the your name T-posing on the entire galaxy. So I think that was a bit of an unfair advantage, you know, just psychological warfare there.
It
Yeah.
broke my morale.
Well, I mean, so let me
You do be like that.
let me just state that watching all three of these games has been an absolute pleasure, and I don't think
Yes.
anybody here should really walk away feeling bad in any way, shape, or form. I mean, because I think what y'all did was you took the Stellaris game plan and just completely showed everyone here how a efficient, high level game works.
Yep.
So,
Also, I got an event that gave me -5 stability and -10% happiness for a large portion of the game.
oh no, that's
And
rough.
that's the Stellaris RNG that does
The accidental genocide.
Yeah.
Accidental genocide.
Accidental genocide. All right, yeah, sure, Bluff. That one I'm gonna take with a grain of salt. You
So,
tend to very
Also, I wonder why
accidentally
I was taking so many losses.
you know, actually, this is something that we
Early
definitely.
game battles aren't usually this deadly.
You went with an armor build, and
you also didn't do a hit and run. You were on rapid deployment.
I didn't have a doctrine at all, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe I did, I don't remember. I didn't have the...
Left was on rapid deployment instead of hit and run.
Well, actually...
Yeah, but still, in the final fight I lost 100% of my forces.
Really?
Well, that's weird. Maybe
I wasn't on no retreat.
Huh.
Maybe they changed something in the latest update. I have no idea. I haven't actually played since
That is
our...
true. He's sitting on 0 fleet capacity now. Huh. With no FTL.
I mean, because you know, not that I'm an expert, right? You know, I don't know everything, but I do know that like in games like Crusader Kings 3, if there's an early decisive enough victory, you can stack wipe them. Do you think that
Right.
that might have been a case here?
I mean,
This usually isn't the case with corvettes, since they don't do enough damage to kill instantly. It might be the case with like battleship spam, when you just one shot everything and nothing ever gets a chance to disengage. But that shouldn't be the case in the early wars like that.
Yeah. I also want to give a certain very very hearty fuck you to Tio for making me say Hawktwa on a fucking recording. Thank you.
You made me say it. You made Squawk say it. You had Ohio as your capital. Shame on you.
The title of my ruler is Chief Rizzler.
Yeah,
no,
we
noticed.
noticed.
We noticed.
we definitely did notice.
All those little things won me the game.
Well,
The power of brain rot.
I want to say thank you to both competitors for
Yeah.
spending what 3-4 months on this whole project. Thank you very much for your time, your effort, your scheduling, all that great stuff. Tio, I am more than proud to announce you as the winner. I hope you take that with a point of pride, and we will be handing the gift off here to you pretty soon. I think that is going to be it for the recording. So if you want to say bye to everyone, if anyone has any last comments, feel free to say.
I wish you good fortune in the wars to come, Bluff.
I'm
You-
honestly really happy with you both and how this has gone. Honestly, looking forward to doing this maybe with some other players at some point. That could be fun.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, if there's more community interest to keep things going, I don't see a point in stopping, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, you know, this isn't too hard for me to maintain.
Same.
All right. Well, thank you all very much. I really appreciate everything y'all have done.
Yeah, and thank you, Squawk. Appreciate you commentating. This has been and recording. Honestly, applause to you real quick for getting this whole situated and keeping things on track and scheduled.
Oh yeah, I mean honestly, thank you for your commentary. I think you bring out the best in me, and I bring out the best in you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right,
Well,
thank you all
until
very
around,
much.